I think the most important triath a person could have is to not fearing to try something new. And second most important triath is not caring about what herd of people say about you when they try to discourage you. Here is a experience which I would like to share with you all. I was in senior secondary at that time. I always used to take part in quiz competitions, spelling, science quiz etc. But I never tried to take part in any cultural activities of my school. I feared that could not do it. I always saw people singing and dancing all over the stage, and in my mind I was like, wow. Could I be like that? Could I be like them, so awesome that audience shouts and hools my name for me, cheer me as I used to do for them? That moment from where this idea crept into my mind that I wanna be one of them. It were about my last 1.5 years left of my final school life. A opportunity came from nowhere to me and I was feeling blessed at that time. A singing interhouse group competition was being arranged and now here was my chance. In those 4 houses audition was held by house incharges for selection. About 20 to 25 students came from each house and only 4 were to be selected. I also went there for the auditions. I was under performance pressure. I was shivering as my audition time came. I was like where I had put my neck into. Let's go from here, my mind said, but my inner voice said let's do it at least once. In that meantime a senior of mine was standing beside me. He saw my nervous nature and asked me to come aside. He gave me some tips and asked me to perform a patriotic song. At last my turn came. I went in front of the incharges. They heard my song. I don't know what happened at that time, but next day I was selected and I was going to perform in front of 2K people. It was really a big time. After a few days of practice on the final day of competition and lucky draw was take out and I was selected to perform in last 16 was my turn number. I was standing backstage with paper with lyrics. I recited it many times while judges were listening the other performers. As my turn came nearer I was the only performer at backstage going to be left. I felt the same nervousness and even more. Final Linen was standing in front of 2K people with microphone in my hand ready to sing. I took a deep breath and began singing. All was going fine, but wait, something just happened. I forgot my second stanza of song and I was standing dumb on stage. Suddenly all 2K people started laughing at me. What a shame. I felt that in front of my friends and techers I was ripped apart. Never mind, I didn't lose hope and I went on with my classes. After a year on Teachers' Day on the 5th of September, in Indian, I planned to perform something for my teachers. But this time I took lesson from my previous shame. I planned a skit this time to be performed. I discussed this plan with my friends and persuaded them to perform in it. I persuaded few of them. Finally a group of 6 people were going to perform a skit. But I put a flavor in it. It was going to be a funny play meant for laughing of 2K people and techers again, but this time not over me but for me. We practiced and perfected it and finally we performed it. It was a huge success. People started calling me by the name of the character which I played in play. Seniors, juniors and even my teachers applauded me over my successful play. They complimented it by saying that in the history of their life they have never saw a play like this being funny in a sarcastic way. Although it offended some of my teachers, but still it was good. Later, before our farewell party in December, we performed second part of that same play with huge success. I remember those last 1.5 years of my life most when I learned the lesson of being made a joke in singing. I lost the fear of stage performance, which helped me to perform and manage an iconic play at that time, and that confidence which I got helped me rest of my life. That moment changed everything. It instilled a great confidence. Now when I feel under performance pressure I remember that time. With confidence in your hand and you could keep your mind calm when everyone says something against you and not listen to them. You can win many things.